Hello guys, this is not going to be another video about eating more protein or drinking more water. We get it. We know we have to do those things in order to change our body composition. I'm going to share with you my 5 healthy habits that actually help me lose fat, maintain lean muscle, and get strong AF. If you don't know me, my name is Laura. I'm an exercise physiologist and sports nutritionist, and this channel is all about helping active babes achieving their dream body in a sustainable way. So if you're eating 1200 calories and training 7 days a week, hit the subscribe button because this channel is really going to help you. The first habit that changed my life was self-acceptance. It was learning about my strengths and accepting those. It was learning about my weaknesses and accepting those as well. I was shaming myself if I wasn't fit enough, if I wasn't skinny enough, if I wasn't a certain size. And it wasn't until I was able to let that shit go was then I was really able to see results. And the reason is because I started training and fueling my body from love rather than hate. I started nourishing it. I started eating more carbohydrates. I started fueling correctly. And when I started fueling correctly is when I started getting stronger in the gym. And when I started getting stronger in the gym is when I saw the body composition changes that I wanted. Forever, I was, doing HIIT workouts and afraid of gaining weight and afraid of looking bulky. Change that I saw in my body literally in 6 months simply from resistance training, progressive overload, eating enough was wild. We're able to accept our weaknesses. We stop making it mean something about ourselves. So if we are bad at something, no longer turns into the story of, well, now I'm not good enough. It turns into the story of, oh, I'm just not good at that and that is okay. It doesn't mean anything about me or myself. Because when I got into those spirals, what was happening was I was self-sabotaging. I was giving up. I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted. I was not good at things, so I would avoid them. The second healthy habit that really helped me was starting to run my life from self rather than ego. My ego used to run the show. I would avoid things because of that same reason of not being good at things. I was afraid of judgment. I was afraid of people looking at me a certain way and thinking that I wasn't good enough. Ultimately, I was living my life based on fear. Fear of what would happen. Fear of what someone thought of me. Fear of, oh, I'm going to look stupid and embarrass myself. Fear of eating carbs because it was going to make me get fat. What I was able to do is I was able to understand this and learn that I can trust myself and I can do things that I want to do and it's going to be okay. People are going to judge me no matter what. People are going to think I'm stupid no matter what. But because I didn't think that, then it was completely okay. The next is learning about self-sabotage and my self-sabotaging behaviors. These are really good because they flow into one another because it's like they all tie in so beautifully because it's the first one is like, oh, I'm bad at something, and then it's the ego coming in and saying, oh my god, you can't do that. Like take gym anxiety for an example. Like I would go into the gym. I've been studying this stuff for like 7 years, right? And I still get gym anxiety. I walk into the gym and then I'm like, oh my god, fiddling around with this new machine, and then I'm like, holy shit, everyone's looking at me. Of course, little panic attack on the inside and then avoid it. Instead, being able to master this form of self-sabotage has helped me achieve my goals. Self-sabotage we know how to do something, but there is something that's stopping us from getting in the way of achieving it. And often it's coming down to our subconscious limiting beliefs. For example, I for so long wanted to get fit, I wanted to get toned, but deep down I had this deep-rooted fear of carbs were going to make me gain fat. So anytime I went to go eat carbohydrates, I would feel bad, I would feel guilty, I would feel shame, even though that's what I needed to do in order to reach my goals. It wasn't until I was able to up these self-sabotaging behaviors and pull myself out of that and be like, hang on a minute, let's reframe this, carbs are actually a good thing, carbs are going to help me gain weight, was then I was able to reach my goals. So guys, understanding your own self-sabotaging behaviors and understanding all these limiting beliefs that are stopping you from getting to your fitness goals is really, really going to help you remain consistent, because we know consistency is the key to anything. It's not just health and fitness, it's your career, it's everything. And there's so much proof of that right around you. Next thing that really, really helped me, healthy habit number 4, is celebrating the small wins. And this is super important because we get stuck in these cycles of, training, eating, and then the little perfectionist comes out and it's like, oh, you're not doing good enough. You're not eating well enough. You're not training hard enough, right? Because we put such a high standard on ourselves. Instead of focusing on the bad, what I've started to do is literally in a journal every single night is writing down the wins of the day. This has been game changing because in each and every moment I can be like, hang on a minute, what you're doing right now is actually good. You've achieved so much today. and you don't even stop and realize it. Simple exercise, literally what I do is in my journal every single night, I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for, 3 things that I have achieved that day, and 3 things that gave me an emotional charge. This helps me understand and unpack what's happening in my brain so I can unpick those self-sabotaging behaviors. And the last healthy habit that has completely changed my life, that allowed me to get lean and toned, is letting shit go. For so long, I was constantly consumed by thoughts of food, thoughts of exercise, not being good enough, not training hard enough, eating too much, not eating enough, what do I even eat to reach my goals? But all this was doing is creating stress and resistance towards everything that I really wanted to achieve. Learning how to let shit go was hard, but with time and practice and consistency, it becomes easier. So what do? I write down what's holding me back right now. What am I really focusing on thinking of? I'm making that mean about me. Because a lot of the time that's what I was doing. Oh, this was happening, so that means I'm bad. This is happening, so that means I'm shit. But instead, I stopped making everything about me and was able to let it go. If this video was helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does help me support the channel. And I will see you all in the next video.